Injury report Wednesday. He was listed as limited due to that back injury that the defensive end brought with him from Dallas in last week's trade. A report this week indicated that he's dealing with a facet joint sprain in his back and may need a pain-killing injection to play against the Lions on Sunday. Here's Matt LaFleur with more.
We'll see. I mean, we're still, he's doing everything in his power. He's rehabbing hard. You know, we've got to get through a couple practices to see how he responds, to see how he does, but certainly hopeful.
RC, no one's clamoring to see Micah Parsons out there in a Green Bay uniform. It's not like all eyes would be on him. Yeah. But do you think Green Bay should play it safe?
Play it smart. That doesn't mean play it safe and sit him.
Okay.
You got to understand where he is. And, you know, I mean, I already know what Dan's going to say because he thinks that Matthew Stafford can play through any back injury. So he's probably going to be like Micah Parsons, should go out there and play 80 snaps. But you also have to understand that Micah Parsons didn't get an opportunity to participate in training camp because of the hold-in with the Dallas Cowboys. And honestly, I thought that this back injury was something that Heavy Pockets could fix. And clearly, it's not. And so now, if you're the Green Bay Packers, you have to look at Micah Parsons. You have to evaluate Micah Parsons, see where he is for this game, and see if having him on the field helps this team more than it hurts Micah Parsons' prospects for the future in this season.
I think you play it safe because, and listen, I don't know, y'all played.
You're saying sit him?
Yeah. Just for the game. I'm just saying because he hasn't been practicing, because he hasn't been in quote-unquote football conditioning, because he's been sitting out so much. I just think it's the safe way to go. Again, he knows his body better than anybody. You know, their medical staff's going to evaluate him. Understand where I'm coming from. This is about a Super Bowl. You get Micah Parsons with Sean Gary. You get them two brothers being able to go at the quarterback. You got Jordan Love. Expectations are high. We all know the brother could play. We just look for him in big moments. But we see what they've got available with them. Josh Jacobs coming out of the backfield. Jordan Love is supposed to be that dude now. Okay, you got this kid Matthew Golden that's supposed to be a stud. Romeo, where art thou, Romeo Dobbs? He's on the spot. Okay. You've got a crew. Kraft is good at your tight end spot. You're looking at this Green Bay Packers team, although you look at Philadelphia and Detroit as being teams potentially standing in the way. Green Bay is right in the mix now. They got Super Bowl aspirations. You do everything you can to put yourself in prime position to make sure you can deliver.
Play him. Unleash the beast. This is a guy that I've heard you say, like one of the most physically talented people you've ever seen. He calls himself the Lion. Unleash him. What do we trade him for? Or what do we trade for him if we're just going to – are we saying sit him because you're concerned about practice and his, like, ability to get up to speed or because of the back?
First off, I didn't say sit him. I said play it smart, right? I said you got to understand what he can do.
And that's because of practice and, like, getting up to speed with what they do or because of his back?
Well, combination of his back and the fact that he hasn't been practicing, because I've heard Dan Orlovsky say on many occasions in the past, if a cat hasn't been out there practicing and getting himself in football shape, you might want to be
and you heard it from Dan Orlovsky.
I've heard it from Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah, you're a great listener.
Damn right.
You're a great listener.
Damn right.
You know what? You know what you don't know, and you are brilliant.
That's right.
Because you listen to those who are.
Because I listen to those who know. And I steal it from y'all. Y'all teach me football. I get it from y'all. That's why I love. I'm waiting for you to say something like
You're in the corner right now.
I got the tape. And I think I've proven I watch y'all. You understand what I'm saying? How many times have I quoted? I see you everywhere.
Yeah. So you think
taking on the double team.
You think we don't want to play him because of his back, but 5 or 6 days later, let's get him on the field. The back is gonna resolve itself in a week?
No, I didn't say the back. I said that he hadn't been practicing.
He plays defensive end. Go get the ball quarterback.
The combination, you can pull a hamstring, anything happens.
Here's my thing.
Make sure
I say play it smart.
Who's the best division of football?
The North.
Okay. Yeah. So the Vikings went what? I think 14-3.
They were 14-2 before they nosedived the last two games. Right. The last game regular season.
14-3. You gotta let go of that. You gotta Elsa that thing.
I mean, they got their ass kicked and y'all.
All right, Elsa. Let go of it.
Sam Darnold.
So you mean to tell me?
Your guy.
So the Vikings are 14-3. The Lions are 15-2. The Bears should be significantly improved. We're just going to say, hey, we traded for this guy that's a generational talent, ridiculous football player, defensive player of the year candidate. Let's sit him because he hasn't been practicing in a divisional game.
Yeah, you keep talking that way. When you have a discussion for me, you can turn this way.
But you said sit. You said play it safe.
So what do you think? Is one game, tell me, is one game going to make a difference, honestly?
My thing is play it safe based on the evaluation of his back. right? Because the thing is this, if you signed him to a 1-year deal, if Micah Parsons was on some sort of deal that allowed him to re-up after this season, if he was playing on the tag, then that's a different thing. Everybody has a different motivation. This motivation is about winning a Super Bowl. And it's not just about winning this Super Bowl. It's about trying to get to another Super Bowl in the 5 years that you have him signed for a landmark, historic deal for a non-quarterback. And so my thought is this. If Micah Parsons is struggling with the back, if the back is a little tight, let's use him in passing situations. Let's use him in 2 minutes. Let's use him in the red zone. Let's use him on 3rd down. Because what this does is allows him to get acclimated without having the extensive training camp time that the rest of the people have had, and he gets to do exactly what you said, which is go get the quarterback.
Your vantage point isn't specific to just the Lions game. It's like the start of the season, easing him into the start of the season rather than just. So you're saying play him, but maybe not 80 snaps.
And that's what I'm saying. If his back is fine, play him as much as you want to. I'm not worried about that.
We see it,
right? Because what happens is if his cardio isn't where it needs to be, he's not a quarterback. He gets to say, hey, sure, get me out. And so, but my thing is, if Micah Parsons playing more snaps, if Micah Parsons being on the field somehow puts him in a position where you can hinder who he is for the rest of this season, that's not smart football if I'm just trying to prove to people, look why I got this lion because we're playing the lion.
Final word, essay.
No. I'm leaving it to them. I got it. I heard where I stand. I'm not thinking about just the back. I'm thinking about the fact that he has been practicing. Matter of fact, we saw him walk into a couple of preseason games, eat nachos, chilling. You understand?
You saying his body fat high?
I'm just trying to say. I'm just saying anything. You listen. We've seen non-contact injuries take place in football all the damn time. All I'm trying to say is make sure you're ready to go. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Make sure you're ready to go. That's all. It's not a big deal.
All right, leaving it there, guys.
Sky high on Jordan Love this season.
He's my MVP pick. It's time. What is this year now? 5, year 6 for Jordan Love? The organization did something they haven't done in 20-plus years. They took a first-round wide receiver, Field Yates, not a lateral comparison, but said Matthew Golden, who they took out of Texas, reminded him a lot of Steve Smith. So this is arguably the deepest skill group in the NFL. 5 or 6 legit NFL wide receivers, 2 really good tight ends. Jordan Love's crazy talented. This has been an offense that pass game-wise has been like relatively efficient, but hasn't necessarily had the volume. If I'm Matt LaFleur and I got Micah Parsons on the other side, I'm chucking the heavens out of the football this season and saying be aggressive. This is a quarterback that has all the physical ability to get it done. He has to take that.
And you talk about marrying that too with one of the better run offenses in the league last year, who runs the ball over 50% of the time. So yeah, I hope they take the governor off. I hope he has a big year. I love the MVP pick because the Packers are my Super Bowl pick.
You're talking about how deep they are at wide receiver, and they still have some wide receiver questions coming into the season. Christian Watson is out. We're not sure when he'll be back. Jaden Reed hasn't practiced recently. Didn't practice yesterday. Matthew Golden is still a first-round draft pick who hasn't played in an NFL game yet. And right now it seems like Romeo Doubs might be their number 1 wide receiver going into the season. We'll see what Matthew Golden can do.
And I guess the question is, what does Micah Parsons bring to this team, both on the field and in, like, it feels to me like if I'm a player on that team and I see my organization go out and make that trade a week before the season starts, I'm thinking to myself, this is our year, right? This is Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah, absolutely. You go out and just like Dan said, they go and get a wide receiver the first time in over 2 decades.
Right.
Go and you sell the whole farm to go get a talent like Micah Parsons.